Hello everyone and welcome back to the Horsey and the Fox podcast. We're back again for another episode of Nonsense. I'm here with James.
Hello everyone.
We're gonna have a great time. It feels like ages since we recorded the last one. I feel like we always say this. Start of every podcast.
It does feel like a lot. I mean, for me, it's always felt like more because I'm so used to. Well, I'm not so used to anymore, but I was so used to doing a podcast every week.
That's true.
Sometimes
it was a weekly
doing
thing.
3. So
Cool. Yeah, true.
It always feels like a bit of a large gap between, but that's nice. You know, I like it. I like the gap, and I like that when we come back, we have there's plenty to talk about.
Stuff to talk about. Yeah, exactly.
Although saying we have plenty of stuff to talk about, we actually don't. I didn't write down anything
That's
for
how it is.
This episode, and the reason being is because we have a backlog of shit and topics and stuff that we wanted to do, we've been meaning to do for multiple weeks, and we've just not done it.
Yes.
Because we've been talking about fucking bullshit news or whatever.
Final Fantasy 16.
Exactly. So we've got, down the foxhole, maybe some dreams. I don't know. I haven't checked.
Ooh.
Patreon topics. I don't know if we have any recommended backlogged, but I wrote it down in case.
I actually haven't looked for recommended in fucking ages. I should get back on that at some point.
Yeah, well, even still, we've got a ton of stuff, so that's cool. But I did want, before we get into that, to just, go over, talk about what we're currently working on, all of that stuff. Sort of get an update on, obviously, a Sonic video, because we're in the era of Sonic Frontiers video updates now.
That is true. That is true. Crazy to think that the Horizon updates aren't happening anymore. That's just... I still can't believe I didn't finish that video. Yeah, it's been out for 4 months. Fucking mental. Yeah, the Sonic video, I finished the intro. Intro is done, so I've edited about 13 minutes of the whole video now, which is not bad at all. Considering I hop on after work, I do an hour of editing and then stop, because I'm not going to push myself to get it done. There is no need, no one's waiting for it. It's not got to be out before something. It can be out whenever it needs to be out.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm currently editing pretty much the start of the game. You know the scene where Eggman finds the little monolith and then he shoves that fucking sage into it and then gets dragged off into the metaverse, and then Sonic and Tails and Amy are on the tornado. That's literally the last bit I got up to, was the first cyberspace stage. And yeah, it's going well. It's actually a fun video. Nice. It is a fun time, but I do want to get it done, because I've got an AC1 video to make. I've got a Halo Infinite retrospective that I actually want to make, which would be a nice change of pace from other stuff, like just talking about Halo for a bit. Yeah, I do want to do a Final Fantasy 16 big video at some point, but I can't even be bothered to fucking replay it yet. I got a bit through my New Game Plus playthrough and I was just like, you know what? I cannot be bothered to play it again. It's a great game, but it's long. It's long.
Yeah, it's long. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That's definitely true. Well, I mean, that's interesting. You got a lot of things going on. What were you saying about 16?
Oh, I was just gonna say what was I saying about 16? I completely forgot. It's long. That's probably what I was gonna say. It's just it's a lot. I know what I was gonna say. I don't want to force myself to do a second playthrough and then not like it.
Yeah,
I'd be sick of it, and then it's pointless making a video on it, because the video won't be good because I can't be bothered to think about it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But you've got a lot of things, a lot of topics, a lot of different videos that are in the not necessarily in the works, but in the brain. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's cool. I'm looking forward to the Sonic Frontiers video. I think it'll be good, especially because I barely remember it, so it'll be interesting to revisit it and be like, oh yeah, that is fucking weird that's the thing that was in the game. I can't wait.
It's a good time. The video it's pretty funny, and I don't tend to try and work comedy into my scripts, but I kind of had to for this game. I think I said this last time. Wait, I said this in the last podcast.
You did say that. Yeah. You did.
I did. Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's great. As for me, I've just put out my Bolt video, which was great to finally get that out.
Yeah, that's true. It's been a long time coming.
It's yet to be picked up or anything like that. And it may never, and that's fine.
I'm sure that was
the case.
Almost what you expected, that it would be difficult for it to reach the audience you want it to.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things where I'm like, if the right channel put this video out, it could probably do really well.
But
because it's me and like I have a particular audience and it just doesn't. Yeah, it's just one of those things. But it's fine. Maybe one day, maybe it won't. It doesn't really matter. Like I've had it in the in the backlog of videos to put out since May. I made it ages ago.
Yeah, it went out on Patreon like months ago, didn't it?
Yeah, and it was early access for months because I was like, I want to put it out, but I'm just like, scared. It's going to be, like, when I see it in my, creator studio and it's 10 of 10 and it's like, oh, this video sucks, no one cares, it's got a click-through rate at like 1%, I'm just going to feel like shit. But, thankfully, actually, it did better than I expected it to, at least, which is kind of mad.
I don't know how much it was on when I last checked, but it's doing pretty decent,
Yeah. It's on about 4,000 views, which isn't bad. Like,
good.
that's decent. It's got like a click-through rate of like 4%. It's
got a nice
everything's
thumbnail.
Like, thumbnail's really nice. I did like a little mock-up, and then I got someone to make do it for me, to like turn it into like a proper thumbnail.
Yeah.
So that thanks to whoever that was, it's just some person off of this like Adobe forum or something, but they did a good job.
Bless them.
But yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool to have it out, and the response has been super positive. So the icing on the cake would really just be if it eventually picked up and did really well. But other than that, like, response has been good, did better than I expected it to on my channel. So I can't really ask for much more, and it's finally out there, so that's cool.
It's out there in the stratosphere.
But in terms of what I'm currently working on, I've got my I've just literally finished, just before we jumped on to do this podcast, editing this video I've been working on for Resident Evil 4, which is gonna be an interesting one. It's gonna be a fun one. I mean, like, it's nothing like my Ragnarok video. It's not like a critique of RE4. It's more of like a
Resident Evil 4 remake.
Yeah, it's like on like it's on way more of a personal level, because like I reiterate through the video over and over again, I'm like, I don't think Resident Evil 4 is a bad game. I don't think it's a badly made game. I think it's a really well made game. But there's something that just stops me from loving it the way everyone else loves it, and that thing really is Resident Evil 2. And so it's like there's this like conflict between them in my brain where I'm like, I just can't love this game because it feels so different from the thing that attached me to this franchise, which I just thought was fun to explore and talk about.
Yeah,
and
I'm sure you'll get people in the comments going, "What do you mean?" Without even watching the video.
They were like, wait, what the fuck? You don't understand. This is exactly what the original was like. I'm like, yeah, maybe it was, but like that's not the point. But no, I think the video is just like really, like, at no point do I try and suggest that Resident Evil 4 is bad. So if people somehow still get mad, then I mean they're really just mad that I don't love it as much as they love it. That's the only thing you can get mad about.
And that is
it's
a
not
sad
like,
thing to do.
Yeah, it is. It's like it's nothing like my Ragnarok video. Like, I can understand Ragnarok fans being mad at that, because like, what the fuck? I love this game. How could you call it shit? So I get that. Like, I understand that one being like controversial, but I just this video I think is just, there's so much.
God forbid you ever do an Elden Ring video. God forbid.
Never. It's Elden Ring, Breath of the Wild. I'm never gonna even touch it because I just can't do it. I can't do it.
I sit there awake at night thinking about my Elden Ring video that I'm gonna make in the future. Like, I have on my external hard drive 200 hours of Elden Ring footage. My entire first playthrough of that game is on my hard drive, and I just don't know what to fucking do with it.
Yeah. Yep, that's the thing. Like, I'm pretty sure we talked about like a few episodes ago or something, the amount of hard drives that I have and the amount of total space.
That's true.
It's
like, shit's ridiculous.
So many terabytes. I have like tons of terabytes of my fucking second replay of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and it's still there.
Oh, God.
And I don't want to delete it because I'm like, what if I ever need it for something?
Yeah,
so
like,
I just keep it.
One day you may need a specific clip from Valhalla that would just take too long to find on YouTube.
Yeah,
because you have to like download like a long play of like the entire game to get one specific fucking bit. Oh, I hate it. I need my own library of gameplay. I may invest in like a big hard drive and just record all my footage for everything so that I'm covered forever.
That's literally what I do. Like, I record anything I play, even if I don't intend to make a video on it, because you never know when you might need some footage of that one game you played 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It really does come in handy. It genuinely does. Like, sometimes I made this video, I can't remember what it was, but I was talking about Jedi Fallen Order in it. It wasn't the Jedi Survivor video, it was just like some video. And I was like, God, I really hope I still have that footage. And I went back and I still have it. It's like 5 years old, but I still have it. And it was just such a relief when I saw it sitting there. I was like, oh my God, thank God I can just quickly do this. I don't have to go onto YouTube and try and find specific bits in like a 720p 30 FPS long play.
Yeah, it fucking like ruins the fucking video that you're making because you have to use shit quality fucking footage when you don't want to. I've had that with my Sonic video because obviously I don't have fucking gameplay of Sonic Adventure 1 or like some random obscure footage of Sonic Boom, so I had to go on YouTube and download like entire playthroughs of these games just for like specific bits, and it was hell. It was hell. I hate it.
It's so rough. I literally had to do that for this Resident Evil video because I replayed RE2 and I replayed RE4 because those were the main focuses of the video, so I have the footage of those two, which is like the main point. But there's parts where I talk about, you know, Resident Evil 1 or 3 or 7 or Village.
So you're not going to replay those.
I'm not going to replay all of those for what, like I mentioned them offhand a couple of times. Like I needed not that much footage of them at all. So I just downloaded a bunch of long plays and then I just find the, you know, 3-second snippet I need and throw it in. But there are then it is just like it cuts from this 4K 60 FPS gameplay. It's just like this
some fucking
pixelated looking thing, and it's like, God damn it!
Like shitty bit rate, and it looks all fucked.
One day I won't ever need to do that again because I'll have a library of every game ever,
That's
and
true.
it's all my gameplay.
Exactly.
But
you don't need to worry about it.
There's that. That video is coming, and hopefully it's good. But beyond that, I'm working on Spider-Man, a retrospective before the second one comes out, and then
I need to replay
and then I'll get back to Red Dead as well. So that'll be.
Oh yeah, you take a little break from the Red Dead video.
Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be good to get back to and get into it again and go through it and make those. But you know, that'll be pretty good.
It's daunting. Daunting amount of work.
That's true. And something else that is daunting, that is fast approaching, that I did want to ask you about, is fucking Starfield.
Yeah.
Which is on the horizon now. I literally...
It's 2 days away.
They've emailed me and been like, we're going to send you code for it tomorrow. And I'm like, amazing. I appreciate it. That's fucking fantastic. It's one of the perks of the job. Like, I can't complain, really, but I have no time to play it, so I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I have, you know, too much to prioritize. So
I'm not going to commit to Starfield on release day. I'm not going to get it. I'm going to probably buy it nearer to Christmas and play it over the Christmas break. Because like we've got like Spider-Man coming out, and I don't want to be mid Starfield and then, you know, it's like the predicament I had when I was had to choose between Horizon Forbidden West and Elden Ring when they came out, because I don't finish games quickly these days like I used to, but like these days it takes me months to finish a game, especially when I want to platinum them. So it's like, if I got into Starfield, I probably wouldn't 100% Starfield. There's no way I'm doing any of that. I'll do one playthrough, I'll do as much side content as I can, but I will not be 100%ing it. But even then, that'd take me months to do. And Spider-Man 2 had come out, and that'd like soil the release of Spider-Man 2 for me, because I have to choose, and it's like, nah, I'm just going to wait for Spider-Man, and then around Christmas play Starfield. Yeah. It seems like a Christmas game.
What I do.
You know?
It does. Like, it's a nice time where you just kind of have... It feels like there's a lot... I don't know, for me at least, whenever I think about Christmas, I'm like, it feels like a time where I just have nothing to really worry about, and I just kind of sit down, play a game for a bit, and it's fun.
You have so much time.
Yeah, exactly. And there are so many games coming out that are a lot quicker to get through than Starfield will be. And I don't want it to be a job.
There's like Spider-Man and...
We've got, on my list of games that I'm going to be playing, we've got Lies of P is coming out.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Forza Motorsport, Spider-Man 2, City Skylines 2.
Oh yeah.
I
don't have to worry about like all of these games.
Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis is coming out too.
What is that? What's that?
Mobile game.
Fuck that shit.
But I'm a part-time Final Fantasy VII YouTuber now, so I've got to get on that. But you know, I'm sure there's some other things.
They released a battle royale.
First
Final
Soldier.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that, bro.
Lore in it.
I bet it's already died.
Yeah, it's dead. It was fun for a bit. I played it.
And they also released, what was the other game they released? Fucking Origin. something Origin.
Oh, Final Fantasy, yeah, Strangest of Paradise, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Final Fantasy Origin, yeah. That game was.
Nobody liked that either, didn't they?
No, it didn't do
shit
well.
Dark Souls copy.
Yeah, I've not played it. It is it's a Souls-like.
And the characters have phones. Even though they're
in
like
I think so.
Fantasy world.
Well, that's the weird thing, because Strangest of Paradise is a prequel to Final Fantasy 1. So it's set in the Final Fantasy 1 world.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they have flip phones.
Yes, I don't know. I mean, I've never played it, so I have no clue what the context
is
necessarily.
Allergan technology, whatever the fuck they're called. Allergan?
Yeah, I have no clue.
What is that?
So that's from
what they're called
14?
In 14? Yeah.
Allergan, yeah. Yeah.
14, what banger. They're doing a Phoenix event in 14, right?
I think so. Yeah, I've seen Jamie posting things in Elva's Discord.
That's pretty cool.
Of him doing bits and bobs, and they've got a 10-year anniversary event or something.
Yeah. Although I still fuck that shit. I need Clive in Kingdom Hearts. We talked about this a few weeks ago. That's all I want. That's all I want. I just want it so badly. Oh my fucking god.
That would be fun. That would be fun. Kingdom Hearts needs to start bringing back some Final Fantasy representation, because it was fun. You know, it was fun. I liked it.
You could have the dog from 15 in it. The Shiba.
Oh yeah, what was his name? Umbra,
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Noctis would fit. I don't think any of the main group of 15 would fit in Kingdom Hearts. It would just feel a bit jarring.
Well, yeah, but also they're doing Versus 13 with Yuzora being the Noctis.
That's true.
Well,
we've already got our own Noctis. We don't need Noctis too. And he's played by fucking Dylan Sprouse. So
Dylan Sprouse, yeah.
You know, it's the perfect man.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Starfield won't be playing it, so don't expect us to talk about it on the podcast anytime soon, because I just can't commit to it, dude. If this game released 5 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, bro, Bethesda RPGs, so I'm gonna fucking go balls deep into that. But I can't be bothered.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah.
And there's all that stuff that people have been saying. I mean, obviously, it's to be expected. I'm actually kind of glad that some of the planets are limited space and not just an entire planet.
Yeah, this is a topic where I just don't even know how I feel about it. I've talked about it a little bit on I talked about it with just some people, but I've not properly talked about it. I think it's a weird one, because the concept, for anyone who doesn't know, basically what they're doing with so there's they've been advertising there's 1,000 planets in Starfield,
90% of them are barren.
Yeah, and there's 10% of them are actually proper. The rest of them are just random fucking.
Which is 100
places
planets.
You go mining or whatever.
It's 100 planets that actually have stuff to do on them. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's still the concept was I made a whole video on this about the emptiness in Starfield and how it's actually sounds great, and I really like the concept. But recently, with gameplay leaking, because obviously people got review codes, and
and that dude sold a bunch of copies that he stole.
Yeah, that seems to happen every time a new game comes out. Someone steals a shit ton of copies. They just they get raided by the police, and they had 100 copies piled up in their house.
Yeah.
It's yep. Okay. But yeah, the with the leaks, apparently what is going on with these the explorable planets, where they're not you land here and there's a city or whatever. The ones that are just these planets that you can go and explore and mine and resource gather and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When you land on the planet, we already knew there wasn't going to be seamless space to planet flight No Man's Sky. We already know.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, but when you land on the planet, it generates you can walk in for 45 minutes all around, but then it's gonna be a wall. You can't go any further.
Yeah.
It's just that region, and yeah, that's a large region, right? They've said some of them these regions are gonna be the size of Skyrim, which is that's big, and that's fine, and I don't think it's going to disrupt you playing the game really, unless all you wanted to do was walk in a straight line across an entire planet.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a part of it where I'm just God, I feel like it disrupts the vision or the concept, because at this point, why even have those 1,000 planets anyway? If you're curating how much I'm able to explore what is supposed to be an empty infinity, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
there's this part of me that's like, maybe you should have actually dialed it back even further. Maybe you should have gone for more of a Mass Effect approach if you're going to be limiting the empty space, which is supposed to be like very broad empty space. What's the point of it now?
It's almost go all the way or don't do it at all, sort of thing.
Yeah. It's I think it's. I mean, I think it's if people watched my video that I made on this after the sort of Starfield Direct, you'll sort of hear how I felt about it and why I thought it sounded really good, and why this revelation that apparently they're going to be limited spaces when you land, and then you'd have to get up and choose another place, land there, and then you have a limited space there, which is how it works, kind of detracts from the entire allure of what I thought sounded so really interesting about it. Now it just feels like a lot of mini open worlds that are all like procedurally generated anyway.
I don't like the procedural generation. They didn't mention that until late in development.
That's true.
I'm not a big fan of procedural generation. It just reminds me of fucking No Man's Sky, which it's got all these updates now, but still, the core gameplay loop and the exploration of planets is pretty boring. Like, overall, pretty boring. And that's because they're all shitty procedurally generated nonsense with nothing on them. So I'm just worried that it's going to be like, just like 10 different types of planets that are switched out and have different aspects that are sort of switched out in this sort of algorithm that creates these planets as you land on them, and they're all just going to end up looking the same, which is probably the case. Like, it's hard. They've got 1,000 planets. Like, they're all, like, a good chunk of them are going to look the same.
Yeah, I mean, how different can you make them? It's like you think about different weathers, and then like how, like, I guess some of them could be flat, some of them can be
mountainous,
have trees, some can have mountains, deserts, like very watery. You can have like, I don't know, some will have like less gravity than others. There's it's just one of those things where it's like, what I thought was so interesting about the way No Man's Sky or Starfield was going to be doing it was that you actually do have these places of interest that you can beeline to if you want to. But if you don't, you can go off into this vast sort of sea of nothingness and just land and wander and explore. But if you don't want to do that, you can go to, one of the major cities. You can go to one of the major hub areas. You can get quests. You can talk to people. And I liked that both of them existed side by side. But now it feels like the limits put on the exploration part just feels like, well, what's the point of it now? Like, it just feels a bit too, like, restrictive, a bit too neutered. I don't know. It's difficult.
Maybe it'll feel different in practice, because I mean, 45 minutes in a straight line. Nobody's going to be doing that. Nobody's going to be spending more than 45 minutes on one of these barren planets, unless you're insane. No, for sure. But it's also like, I mean, you've reminded me of the fact that there's no seamless fucking landing on planets, which is a huge. I don't like that. Because that's the whole fun part. It's like, you're coming into orbit, you break through the atmosphere and you come down and you get to look over the landscape as you're landing and stuff, and you're like, oh, where should I land? It's like, that's some of the fun involved in it.
Yeah.
That's what, it made No Man's Sky so fun, is that novelty of, well, I'd say it never wears off, but it does wear off, but it's like, it takes a long fucking time.
Yeah, it's still cool, and even if, like, even all these years later, like, if I booted up No Man's Sky and did it now, I bet it would still be like, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I played, it was like last year now, I played No Man's Sky because it was on Game Pass or whatever. I downloaded it with a few mates, and we just sort of fucked around on it. And it was still impressive, the seamless travel between planets and from space to in atmosphere and stuff, and then landing on a planet. It was still really impressive. The fact that Starfield don't have that, it's like just my spaceship is now just glorified fast travel instead of feeling like my vessel. Maybe in practice that'll feel different, because there's apparently lots to do in space as well. But
yeah, you got like space stations and ships you can contact and speak to. Like if you see them flying past, you can shoot out ships and then like go up to and board it and stuff, and there's that. So like there is stuff to do. I think I guess where it sits currently, at least until I play it and sort of get a feel for it, is it sits sort of very comfortably between No Man's Sky and Mass Effect in that it still has the exploration and resources and the openness and emptiness of No Man's Sky, but with the curated sort of elements of Mass Effect, where, you know, you land here, you know, this is the place where you can get off, this is the place that you can explore, sort of thing. And I guess in a way, like these explorable planets do work a lot like the Mass Effect 1 Uncharted worlds, in that it is a small segment of a planet that you go off and explore. I just thought it was going to be more than that, and it just feels like that, but with better graphics.
Well, to be fair, I don't. Did they ever outright say that the place is? I mean, before they announced it recently, did they ever mention that it's going to be limited areas? Because it almost feels like dodgy advertising.
Yeah,
because like everyone assumed that they were full planets, you know.
Yeah, because they kept saying it like, oh, these planets that you can land on, you know, wherever you want and wander around.
Yeah, like we're not talking about just an open world space.
Like
we're talking about a planet, which is very different.
Technically, like that's the thing. Technically, you can explore the whole planet, but you would have to get back into your ship, move slightly to the right, and then land again to explore the next bit. Like,
okay, so it's like that's weird.
Like Yeah. So it's like if Minecraft had like an invisible wall that you couldn't get past,
unless you went into creative mode and flew up and then went back down again.
And then like you take the invisible wall and then you shift it to the next area by landing over a little bit, and then you can explore that bit. So you technically can, but you can't explore the whole planet
on foot.
Like once you land, like that, you only have a certain area that you can explore. Then you have to get in your ship and you have to move and then land again to be able to explore the next part of it.
If they're able to, that doesn't make. Why is the fucking? Is it to do with like issues with the game running? Do you reckon? Like, they couldn't do it as a whole, so they compromised in that way.
I guess so. It must be.
Splitting up the planets into these areas.
Like,
and how many is on one planet?
Right?
Like, how many areas are on one planet? Is that just based on the size
of the planet?
I don't know.
I don't know if there's designated areas or whether you just sort of pick and then it generates a ring around you wherever you decide to land. I feel like it might be more close to that than like
I don't like this generation.
Designated spots.
I like things being curated, so when I come there, it's already been made for me. It's a playable space that's been created for me, not some procedurally generated thing. I'm not a big fan of that.
It's a bit of both. Like when you land on one of these planets, like there are elements that are handcrafted that are then procedurally placed for you to find, sort of thing. So it's like, you know, like caves will be mainly like, you know, or like a dungeon, for example, in like a, you know, if you're thinking about Skyrim, it's like that's created by a person, but where you find it is going to be like random, I guess.
Oh god, there's going to be like 1 million of the same cave in Starfield.
I really hope not.
There is. There's going to be like 5 of the same cave on one planet, and you go over to the next planet, you're like, I can't wait to see what they got on this one. And it's like, the planet is a slightly different hue, and there's just the same caves everywhere, and like a couple of different trees.
It's concerning.
It's going to be such...
I reckon
I'll still like it. I think I'll still like Starfield, but it's not going to be what I had in mind months ago.
I think what I would imagine it to be is that like dungeons are going to be built like on a modular sort of system where like they'll use the same spaces but connect them to each other differently.
Yeah, it's just like Warframe.
Which will feel like different, but I think after you've done like 100,
you'll start seeing the same spaces.
You'll be like, this is the same. I've been in this room. It's just flipped the other way.
Yeah.
It's like, but who knows? Maybe there's more to it. Maybe they hide it better. Maybe there's better smoke and mirrors there that make it feel a bit less obvious. But like,
I suppose only time will tell. I think the handcrafted areas and the populated planets will be brilliant. Like, I think they will be great.
Yeah,
but it's the other parts of the game that concern me, like the other planets, the resource-rich planets, as they put it, because there's nothing else there.
Yeah, you just
the base
shoot
building
the
looks pretty
with
cool
a
too.
Laser drill.
Like, if I can build a base on Earth, I'll be a happy man, because obviously I want to live on Earth.
I wonder how that will work. Is Earth in the game? Can you go to Earth?
Yeah. Part of the game's story is finding these weird alien cubes. And apparently one of those quests takes you to Earth, and you can go to our solar system and go to Mars and the Moon, and you can go to Earth, and you can go to, you know, all of the other ones that you can land on.
That's cool. I wonder how they'll do that, or whether Earth will be like you go to this specific part of Earth and that's all you can do, which I guess would make sense.
I guess it would, yeah. How do you recreate the entirety of Earth?
Yeah, like what am I going to be able to go to my house? In the game.
It would probably be like a linear mission where you go to Earth or something.
Yeah, like Mass Effect.
Yeah.
You know, where you do go to Earth, but it's just like one place, which makes
that would
sense.
make sense.
Like,
oh, but that's shit though, because from what I've heard, you can go back to our solar system, or I suppose it's the solar system. You can go back there, like after, or you can just go there if you want. Like that's what I read anyway. Well, I guess we'll see. I mean, that's the first thing. When I get a ship, that's one of the first things I'll see that I can do if I can go to the solar system. I'm
gonna make a base on the Moon.
I reckon that would probably be more viable, to be fair, because then you can look at Earth. You can you know, position it so, you know, Earth is always in view, and you can just, you know, look out your base at the beautiful blue marble.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be pretty sick.
That'd be cool. I would imagine in Starfield, though, there's stuff on the Moon, right? Like, I'd imagine it's not just, like, real-life Moon where there's no one there. I'd imagine there's, like, you know, bases and stuff.
Although, to be fair, I'm pretty sure in Starfield's story, like, we abandoned our solar system because something was or maybe we abandoned Earth because there was like a resource war or something like that.
Oh,
it's that classic sci-fi thing that every sci-fi fucking thing ever has. It's like, we lived on Earth but we fucked it.
Yeah, and no one seems to take that as an actual warning.
Yeah, we're gonna end up like
that. We could do that too.
Starfield, which ain't too bad actually. You know.
Yeah.
There better be some references, alright? I know you know, media has references these days, and it's very cheap. But I want Skyrim references, and I want Fallout references. I don't even give a shit. I want them.
I'm sure they'll be there. I'm sure they will. They do it all the time.
Exactly.
In their Bethesda games.
Bethesda is so known for that shit. I mean, we already know there's a reference to fucking Oblivion because the adoring fan from Oblivion is in there.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they're showing that. That's a pretty significant reference. If they're showing that, what are they not showing us?
Yeah,
like, could we come across the aliens that crash in is it Fallout New Vegas or Fallout 3? It's one of them.
Fallout 3, yeah, the DLC.
Yeah. Are we going to see them? Is there like going to be an Easter egg for them or something like that? It'd be cool. It'd be cool just to have something.
You find like a dead one in a cave or something.
Yeah. To be fair, that'd literally be like New Vegas, because in New Vegas you can get the blaster. And you go into a cave and there's a dead alien in there and you take it off its body. If they don't reference New Vegas, I'm going to shit on them. They have to.
They won't.
Well, true. They fucking won't because they'll be like...
They hate it.
Yeah, they do fucking hate it because they're like, oh shit, we couldn't make a game as good as them, and it only took them like fucking 9 months to make it, or however long they were given.
Yeah.
I reckon Starfield will be a good game. There's no way it's going to be a bad game. I'm kind of worried about the procedural generation stuff. I'm worried about the Baron stuff. I'm also worried about it feeling too much like Fallout 4. But, I mean, Fallout 4 doesn't play badly. It was just a poorly written game.
With, like, no RPG mechanics.
Yeah, that's something I hope is a little bit more intuitive.
Yeah, I mean, from what they've shown of Starfield, it looks like they've got a lot of RPG stuff going on. Like, it looks like there's a lot of depth there, which is what originally made me so, like, you know, excited to see how the game would be when it launched.
Yeah.
And we at least there's that, you know.
Fans will, you know, they said that modders can make their own planets and stuff. Someone's making Skyrim in that. Someone's definitely making Skyrim at some point.
So you go land on Skyrim and I could just go into Whiterun and just I can just live in Whiterun. Fucking Bethesda spends all this fucking time working on their brand new IP just for someone to put Skyrim in it.
Yeah, they will someone will do it. It may be in years to come, but someone will eventually go.
Like you put all the quests in, and you land when you land in Helgen. Or no, you land and you get knocked out and you wake up in the back of the fucking car.
I mean, all of the voice lines in
Skyrim,
all they'd have to do is take them from the game files and put them in Starfield. It wouldn't. I reckon for a talented modder, that would not.
I reckon you could convert it over. That would actually be the funniest like meme ever.
I'd love it.
That you can actually you land on fucking Tamriel and you end up having to play through Skyrim to get off again.
I wouldn't be surprised to do that as DLC. Bethesda just officially releases it.
They release Skyrim in Starfield. Yeah. Oh, that'd be so fucking funny.
That'd be amazing.
I need to see that. That would be really good.
For sure.
But yeah, that's Starfield.
That's Starfield. Yep.
And that's that. But on to our actual topics, the stuff to do today. I mean, we can start with down the foxhole.
Ooh, let's go for it.
If you want to throw us those articles,
I have them ready.
Those juicy articles that we've been waiting for.
They are juicy. We have 3.
Fantastic.
We'll start with the top one. Well, I'll read off the titles first, like we did last time. So the first one is Elderly Woman Feeds Teenage Attacker. Mental.
Right.
The second one is Crab Invasion of Italy. A blue crab invasion of Italy. And the last one is Bear Escapes from Crate on a Plane. This is from the Sky News Weird News thing that I used last time, so you know it's going to be great. And it's been weeks since I read these, so I don't remember them.
Okay, I'm excited.
Right, so the first one, you got it open?
I've got it. Oh, wait, actually, hold on. I've accidentally opened the bear one.
That's right.
There you go. I've got it. All right.
Wonderful. Marjorie Perkins, woman, 87, fights off awfully hungry teen attacker before feeding him. Marjorie Perkins, 87, woke up to find her attacker standing over her, but after initially fending him off, she then offered to feed him after he revealed he was awfully hungry.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, then it just does the fucking the tag again, for the tagline again for some reason. It just repeats that sentence again. The next sentence down starts with, Marjorie Perkins was asleep when her teenage attacker entered her home in the town of Brunswick, Maine, around 2 a.m. on 26th of July. As she woke up, the young man, who had taken off his trousers, told her he was going to cut her.
What?
Pretty mental.
That's a lot there, right?
That's a lot
so
to
he's
take
broken
in.
into a house, he has taken off his trousers for some reason.
I don't know why.
And then says he's going to cut her.
Pretty crazy.
Jesus.
As she said, I thought to myself, if he's going to cut, then I'm going to kick. So I jumped into my shoes. She
what?
Told
how?
Brunswick Times record. I don't know how. She must have her shoes next to her bed.
Like slip-on shoes.
Yeah,
like
one of those.
Yeah.
No Velcro, no laces, just straight up slip-on. She's all about ergonomic shoes.
That's good.
Miss Perkins grabbed the chair to use as a shield, but was struck on the cheek and forehead during the encounter. Eventually, the teenager grew tired and went into the kitchen, where he revealed he was awfully hungry and hadn't had anything to eat for quite a while. So, Miss Perkins gave him a box of peanut butter and honey crackers, 2 protein drinks, and 2 tangerines. That's such old woman thing to give.
What?
Tangerines. She called 911 and was talking to an operator when the teenager collected his trousers and left. He left behind a knife, a shirt, a pair of shoes, and a water bottle containing alcohol, she said. The teenager was arrested nearby after being tracked by police dogs. He faces charges of burglary, criminal threatening, assault, and underage drinking. Miss Perkins, who has become a bit of an international celebrity since the attack, said she still feels safe in the home where she's lived for 42 years, but worries about rampant crime. I think our law has just folded up, she said. People aren't afraid of anything anymore. They feel they can do as they please.
Holy shit. It sounds like a dictator origin story, to be honest with you.
Marjorie Perkins.
That sounds like something.
Becomes the
it's like something Anakin Skywalker would say.
People just aren't afraid anymore. We've got to beat them down with fear.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, what the hell?
Poor woman.
It sounds to me, the way this article was like framed and the way it's been written is it's just changed what was very clearly him like demanding food and then stealing it into she like offered it.
Yeah.
It seems like he probably was like he didn't want to fight her anymore or whatever.
I'm hungry.
He's obviously drunk, was like, fuck it, I'm hungry. Like, give me some fucking food. And then she was like, oh, I've got this. And then, you know, whatever. But still fucking weird.
What's never explained is why he took his trousers off. Yeah,
we don't know. He must have been so fucked up. Like, if he left behind some alcohol or whatever, like,
and a knife.
He couldn't have, he couldn't have just been drunk. Like,
No.
you know, he must
Thank
have
God
been,
he didn't use the knife in the attack, because that would have been
Yeah, Jesus.
really bad.
Yeah,
Crazy shit. She fed him.
Good God.
Classic
Bloody hell,
elderly woman.
You know, good on Marjorie Perkins. She was.
Yeah, bless her. Australian.
Job, I think, you know.
Is she Australian? No, she's not. Is she? Is Maine Australia? No, Maine is America.
It's America. Yeah.
Marjorie Perkins. Right, that was that
American
one.
Character.
American character. The next one's a little bit more light-hearted. It's a little bit sweeter. It's Italy to spend 2.9 million euros to tackle invasion of aggressive blue crabs. It's a lot of money. The species, originally from Western Atlantic, has spread across several lagoon-like locations in Italy, preying on local shellfish, fish roe, and other aquatic life. A marine biologist says the crabs have eaten up to 90% of young clams. There could be a link to climate change.
How do you measure that?
What, 90% of young clams? I know they did.
Yeah,
how? Did a survey with young clams and asked them if their mates were still alive, and they're like, "Nah, mate. 90% of my mates are dead."
Oh no, that's so
fucking blue crabs.
Goddamn blue crabs.
Italy has said it will spend 2.9 million euros, 2.5 million pounds, to tackle an invasion of aggressive crabs that is threatening the country's role as one of the top producers of clams in the world, and potentially one of its signature pasta dishes. The blue crab, originally from Western Atlantic, has spread across... we've already read that. Clam aqua farms in the delta of the Po River Valley in northern Italy have been hit particularly hard, with a local marine biologist telling Reuters last week that the crab had eaten up 90% of young clams, almost wiping out future production. Experts have said it is unclear why the crabs are now reproducing with such speed, but there could be a link to climate change. Italy's agriculture minister Francesco Lollobrigida visited the delta on the Po River on Saturday and said the government would approve the emergency funding. The 2.9 million euros will be given to fishing cooperatives and aqua farmers trying to curb blue crab numbers with a large-scale fishing campaign, Reuters reported. Fishermen in affected areas have been advised to catch as many blue crabs as possible to cull their numbers. It's a fucking war. It's like that time fucking Australia had a war with emus and lost.
Yeah, with the emu war, yeah.
Crab invasion could be linked to climate change. Last week, Emanuele Rossetti, from the Fishermen's Cooperative of the Polesine part of the Po Delta Valley, told Reuters as much as 12 tons worth of crab was being caught every day, but with little impact on the crab population. Sasa Rejcevic, a marine aquatic resources expert from the Italian Institute of Environmental Protection and Research, says blue crabs are thought to have arrived in Italy via shipping bilge water.
Oh my god.
What's bilge water?
Like, you know, I don't know how to explain it.
What is bilge water? Mixture of variety of substances, a mixture of freshwater, seawater, oil, sludge, chemicals, and various other fluids.
Yeah, just like a big bilge.
Oh, I see.
Sounds like it.
It's where ships take on water in those watertight compartments because ships will always take on water regardless of how you build them. So to counteract that, they have these places in the bottom of the ship that fills with water, which also helps to work as ballast as well. So I assume the crabs have come into ships.
Weird thing that you somehow just knew that.
Look, dude, I know about my boats. All right.
So random. Never heard of that in my life.
Luckily enough, though, I've been watching maritime videos on YouTube recently, so this knowledge is like come in handy now.
Yeah.
So I assume that the water has come onto the ship, the crabs have come with the water, and the ships have gone to Italy, and the crabs have then made their way out of the ship and have started wreaking havoc among the young clams.
It's kind of like the Black Death with the rats and the fleas. It's
exactly.
Sort of like that.
But it's crabs instead.
But it's
violent
crabs and
crabs.
they're attacking the clams.
Not the young clam population. I can't believe it.
Oh no.
He said they were first detected about a decade ago, and it's still unclear why they are now multiplying with such speed, adding, there could be a link to climate change, but we have no evidence to say for sure. He said the situation was very serious in terms of ecological and economic damage, and warned there was no possibility of completely eradicating the blue crabs. We have to contain them and find ways of coexistence. It's going to be difficult, he added. It's like they're invaders. It's fucking amazing.
They need to come up with a peace treaty.
Yeah, the Treaty of the Crabs. Italy is Europe's biggest producer of clams and the third largest in the world behind China and South Korea, according to UN Food and Agriculture Organization data from 2021. The influx of crabs could put the classic dish, spaghetti alla vongole, spaghetti with clams, at risk.
Oh my god, no, we can't have spaghetti with clams.
We can't. It's one of my favourite dishes from Italy that I've eaten.
Oh man.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Hopefully they sort that out, otherwise they're going to get all the clams.
Exactly. No,
but then what are they going to do?
Minus clams. Oh wait, you mean the crabs are going to get the clams?
Yeah, the crabs. If the crabs eat all the clams, what do they do next?
Yeah, what do they... Maybe they could make a pasta dish with blue crab in it. You know, it was like a fuck you to the blue crabs.
That'd be ironic, wouldn't it? That'd be good.
So if you're ever at a restaurant, there's a blue crab in, and you're eating the blue crab dish, he knows that you're not his fan, that you're not his mate.
He doesn't know that. He does.
He's trying to enjoy his clam dish, and you're like, stop eating all the clams, you fuck. There's none left for the rest of us.
Him.
You eat him. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing. That was the crab invasion of Italy. It's an ongoing story.
On the final one. Oh, that's Dubai, isn't it? Oh yeah, it is. It literally says.
Oh yeah, Dubai International Airport. This is bear escapes from crate on a plane. Iraq's Prime Minister has ordered an investigation into how the bear escaped its crate in the cargo hold of a plane at Dubai International Airport.
Oh my God.
Iraqi Airways said it was not to blame for the bear's escape from its crate as the aircraft waited to take off from Dubai International Airport on Friday. The flight was delayed as authorities dispatched specialists to sedate the animal and remove it from the plane. Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammed Shaya Sabah al-Sudani has ordered an investigation. A video clip circulating on social media showed the plane's captain apologising to passengers for Friday's takeoff delay because of the bear's bid for freedom.
Bid for freedom.
He tried to convince them. Sophisticated bear. Dubai International Airport, the world's busiest for international travel, declined to comment. The airline said the bear was being flown from Baghdad. My son!
Oh no, yeah, fuck, I didn't even think.
From Baghdad to Dubai, but an Iraqi Airways official speaking anonymously confirmed the bear was instead being transported to the Iraqi capital.
Oh my god, it's like a conspiracy. They're trying to cover up where the bear was really going.
Where was his destination? Who knows?
Yeah,
the name and species of the bear have not been made public. The name.
Okay, so that no one's
His name's John.
Making a racial profile.
That's true, to be fair. Go on, them bloody brown bears. They got a fucking bad rep. Keeping
man, if it was a polar bear, no one would be saying this was terrorism.
They'd be saying it's just a troubled young bear. Oh
so
god.
Stupid.
Keeping predatory animals as pets in Iraq, especially in Baghdad, has become popular among the wealthy, and authorities have struggled to enforce legal provisions to protect wild animals. Baghdad's police have previously called on citizens to assist authorities in preventing such animals from being let loose on the city's streets or ending up as exotic meals in restaurants by reporting such cases. While not a common air travel issue, this isn't the first time a bear has caused airport delays. In 2021, a wild brown bear disrupted flights in a city in northern Japan and injured 4 people before being killed by authorities.
Oh my god! How?
Wild. Yeah, how does that happen?
That's wild. Fucking bears delaying flights.
Honestly,
fuck?
It's crazy. Motherfuckers, no respect for people trying to take flights. All right, if I was on a plane on holiday and a bear was holding me up, I would not be happy. I'd shoot him.
Like, what the hell, bear? Wow.
I'd shoot him with a rifle. Aggressive. I mean, that's what we did to all our fucking bears. We didn't shoot him with rifles. We fucking hacked them to death. That's why we don't have bears in England. Yeah, in England we don't have wild bears anymore because we killed all of them.
I thought you meant specific, like, ours, like me and you.
I mean, I have a bear. Dunkelskog is sitting right
there. Oh,
yeah,
me too. He's here in the back.
This is a sensitive topic for both of them.
Yeah, I mean, his head is hung low right now.
Mine's just resting on his stomach. He's like staring at me.
He's not too happy about you saying you would shoot the bear.
That's true. I'm sorry, Dunkelskog. I've called him Bjorn.
Wow, that's
Bjorn.
Nice.
Bjorn the Dunkelskog. You're right, my child. My son.
My son, Harvey.
They took all I had. All I had. I don't know why I always quote
scene.
That. I don't know why I always quote that.
It's a masterpiece of a scene. It makes me feel so... It makes me cry every time I watch it.
Who took all he had? I don't remember what he was talking about. I just remember his son died.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, he was talking about fucking Fenrir. That makes it even better.
Yeah. His mentor, Harvey, took all he had, being Fenrir, his son, who was a giant wolf. Actually, it wasn't actually it was just a person.
So what's the Fenrir boss fight then? What was Odin doing?
I mean, what is that? Yeah, what is that trying to represent?
From a mechanical standpoint as well. I remember many times Fenrir glitched into the floor and then killed me.
Yeah. I had to restart like twice because he got stuck in the ground and wouldn't come out.
Oh, he launched me across the map as well at one point. I have a clip on my Twitter that I will not be able to find, but I was so close to killing him. Because the boss fight, I mean, takes a ridiculous amount of time anyway, because they expect you to grind out levels during that shitty bollocks to be a high enough level to get to do it normally. And I could not be bothered to play the game anymore, so I was like, fuck it. So close to killing the boss, I was fighting him for like a good 15 minutes, it felt like. Was just about to kill him, and then I just get launched across Asgard. That was the best part of that game. That was the best moment in that entire game.
That was just Eivor's representation of how Odin remembers it, really.
Oh yeah. That's how it works. Yeah.
It was fine, you know.
You turn your back on me. I'm Odin. But you're not, are you? I don't know.
Is this real?
This is the scene where she stabs Odin, and everyone's like, "Yeah, Eivor has got rid of Odin." It's such a great moment.
The moment that is literally written to be like Eivor turning her back on Viking values and embracing the hidden ones, and it just isn't that at all.
It's okay because she's gonna become one in the DLC.
Can't wait for the next DLC. Yeah, it's so excited.
Fucking hell. Still talking about Valhalla, what we're doing. Right, yeah, that's Down the Foxhole.
Wow, those were great. Those were great articles. I like them a lot.
Yeah, I will find some more for the next episode.
But yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Good time.
I'm looking at comments on last episode, and there are no dreams.
Damn. I suppose we haven't asked for him in a while, because the fucking Breakfast Olympics took over, and that sort of became the dream segment. Even though we know it's not even a dream that you ever had. It's never happened.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just a fanfic.
But we need to ask people for their dreams. So next episode, we want your dreams. So leave dreams in the comment section of this podcast. And
yes, please.
We'll do it next time, and that'll be great. There is one that I want to just address this comment though, because I don't remember saying this, but I might have said it, and this isn't what I meant if I did say it. But this person said, saying that Resident Evil 4 lacks atmosphere is one of the most baseless arguments I've ever heard on this show.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean it lacks atmosphere. I meant that it lacks the atmosphere that I value in Resident Evil. That's what I meant.
Okay.
It's not scary. That's what I meant.
The thing is, I mean, the stuff we said in our arguments, not 100% of it is to be taken as what we believe, because it's hard to argue in the moment and stay consistent with what you actually mean. Like I said, I was listening to last week's podcast like earlier in the week, and I said Resident Evil 7's boring. And then, like 5 minutes later, I go, "Yeah, it's a good game. It's a good game. It's really good." Like so.
Yeah.
Just don't take what we say seriously, basically.
Yeah, it's not a constructed argument. It's a conversation where your opinion changes and you flip-flop and you go, yeah, maybe I don't think that actually.
Yeah,
it doesn't really mean anything. So there's that. But my video is what I mean. So take that.
That is written
but also
up.
it's also all subjective as well, so it doesn't even mean anything really.
That's true.
I'm not trying to convince you of anything, but
no, you're just hearing the opinions of another man, and that's okay.
Exactly, and that's how it is. But yeah, we don't have any dreams, which is annoying. Although I could check if we got any on episode 11.
Yes.
Because we haven't done any since.
No.
We do. Wait, no, hang on. We might have actually. This might be one we already read this one.
Let's have a look.
So when I was like 10 or something, this was Bayek was in this.
I don't remember that.
Did we read this one?
I do not remember that.
The Beginning of Ghost of Tsushima. Maybe we didn't. Yeah, maybe we didn't read this one.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
Another one here.
Okay,
God, am I losing my mind? Yeah, there's 2 on episode 11. There were 2 months ago. I genuinely don't know if we did them or not.
We've been leaving these guys starving. Nah, because we did the Final Fantasy 16 spoiler cast after episode 11, right?
Yeah.
And there was no dreams in that. And then last episode we didn't do dreams either, so...
Oh, yes, we couldn't have read it.
Yeah.
No, wait, I'm looking at... Wait, was there any in episode 11? No, it was episode 10.
Ah, that's my... There's not on episode 11. So episode 10, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if we did any.
Well, there is no
read them.
George's Dreams segment in the timestamps of episode 11.
Okay. In which case...
So, I reckon...
We haven't done these ones then, yeah, we should do them.
Yeah, sweet.
It's from Berkery and it's Alban.
Let me get them up. My computer's taking so fucking long to load these comments. Jesus, dude. Oh, it's
honestly,
a big, long one.
I'm expecting we're gonna read these and be halfway through and go, actually, yeah, no, we have done these. But I don't. I don't know.
I hope not.
I don't know. Go ahead. You
you
do
really
Alban.
long.
I'll do Berkery, but you can start us off with Alban here.
Third time posting this stream since you missed it before. Oh god, this poor man.
I feel like I recognise that, but yeah, okay. Let's just see.
Okay, let me quickly check episode 11 real quick. Just double check the timestamps. Just to be 100% sure. Oh yeah, but I sort of briefly looked over it and was like, yeah, there's no dreams there.
Let's have a look in
George's Strange News segment, Patreon topic. Yeah, okay, so we've not done these.
Then what we're working on, yeah. Yeah, we can't have done them.
Alright. Dream ahead. Alright, this happened when I was 10 or something. It was quite short in of itself, so I'll try to add a bit more to make it sound like a proper story. Amazing. I remember falling asleep and suddenly waking up inside my house. It all looked familiar, all the things seemed to be in the right places. The architecture still held up and so on. Yet something felt odd about it. I remember looking around and the place felt like some sort of liminal space, like some backrooms type stuff. But at the same time, not that, since that evidently wasn't a thing when I was 10. The point is, it felt strange. First off, the weather outside was familiar, yet so brand new. It was a clear summer day, which is relatively rare in of itself, considering how Finland loves to pour down snow on everyone. However, that's just a part of the reason why it stood out as something remarkable, because let's just say that it looked like the sun was cranked up to 11. The thing was absolutely beaming down with what seemed like enough solar energy to split the atmosphere in half. Sort of like when the Death Star turns another planet into bits of nothing, except the Earth still held its shape, to my knowledge at least. Anyway, as I stared at the rays of light breaking through the windows, I took note of the fact that everything was very silent. You know, much like modern day products made by everyone's favourite Ubisoft, there was just no life in it. Everything just felt dead until my phone rang. The classic thick Samsung phone I had back then put out some sweet tunes, naturally prompting me to grab it from my pocket. This is where it gets strange though. I had the phone number saved, but I have no clue who the hell it was. To add some quick context, my native language is Swedish, and the dude who called me was named Klart. Sort of like the name Clark, except with a T at the end. And this just happens to sort of translate to the word clear from Swedish, as in the water is clear. For example, who the fuck is named Clear? And why the hell are they calling me? Anyways, I picked up and the dude exceeded my expectations. Much like my phone, he started putting out some sweet tunes. In other words, he immediately started singing without saying anything in advance. And it was straight up some opera type stuff. Like, if you remember, there's like Family Guy cutaways in this story. Like, if you remember Professor Pig, or whatever his name was from Batman Arkham Knight, it sounded exactly like the opera music you hear when arriving at any of his victims. Oh, that was a really good... Those were really good side quests. Oh my fucking god. Just reminded me of that shit. Good. It sounded exactly like the opera music you hear when arriving at any of his victims propped up in Gotham. Anyways, I listened to Mr. Clear. I still can't get over the fact that that's what my young brain decided to name him, but anyways, as I listen to him sing, I suddenly feel dizzy. Like his vocal cords produced something so otherworldly that it had a similar effect to the suspicious stew Bayek is force-fed by that classic woman in AC Origins. I just collapsed, mate. It's like my eyes became a couple swirls, and like they do when a cartoon character gets dizzy. Basically, this emoji right here, the swirly eyes emoji. I like that one. It's a good emoji. Yeah. And I just fell backwards while everything faded into white like the beginning of Ghost of Tsushima's end credits. However, there were no credits. I just woke up, confused by the tunes I heard. Even now, as an 18-year-old lad, I just don't get what type of next-level opera made me pass out so hard that I woke up again, but I guess that's never going to be answered. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this dream. Much love, gamers. Side note, are you, James or George, or both, going to make a Red Dead 2 5 years later video? I would love to see that. Well, James is.
I am. In process, sort of.
One day want to do a video of the story of Red Dead Redemption, so both games in one video, but that's that's a dream at this point.
One day. One day.
Yeah, one day. You know. Yes, thank you very much, It's Albin, for your dream, and sorry for taking like 2 months to get around to it.
Yeah,
or longer, because you said it was the third time posting it. Yeah, much longer. That's rough. So there we go. Berkey. Yeah. Berkery. James is going to read this one.
Yes, Berkery says, dream segment. Edit, I know James hates Americans, but I'm only half American, and considering the other half is Indian, I don't think James can say shit about me. That's, like, I don't hate Americans.
And you also can't say shit about Indians, James, you fuck. Alright?
True. I wasn't going to!
About Indians.
I love Indians.
I also love Indians. I love you, India. You just recently put a rover on the moon. Bit late, but it's okay.
Yeah, little bit late, but you know. Better late than never.
That's true. And to be
fair,
there
are some people that have never put a rover on the moon.
Did they not put it on the dark side of the moon? So it's like uninhabited moon territory. Well, I think most people. What do you mean? That's dark of the moon. Surely the more appropriate reference to make is the Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd, that album. Surely that's more appropriate.
I'm unfamiliar with that.
Can't believe it. He's an Englishman. He's unfamiliar with Pink Floyd. It's disgusting.
I'm more familiar with Transformers: Dark of the Moon.
That is my favourite album. Right. Okay.
Transformers: Dark of the Moon. Yeah. Same. I love the soundtrack.
Right. Sorry. Go.
Context. I like swords, and I'm in American high school.
Okay.
In the dream, everyone had brought blades to school, like a bring your blade to school day because no one was shot. This is America. And the teachers brought blades too. I had brought a Messer, which is a short sword from Germany that basically looks like a one-sided 2-foot-long knife with a crossguard. And anyway, there was an assembly in the gym, so I was there. I don't recall walking in the dream because it's a dream. For some reason, the teachers hadn't executed martial law and make us sit on the floor.
The fuck is martial law?
I don't know what that means. Like
is that
in
some
context.
American shit? Martial law, like military.
Let me Google it. Martial law involves a temporary substitution of military authority for civilian rule, and is usually invoked in the time of war, rebellion, or natural disaster.
Okay, so it's like an army government, I suppose, a military government.
But why has he said? The teachers hadn't executed martial law and made us sit on the floor. That doesn't. What does that mean?
I don't know. Do the teachers normally execute martial law?
This time they hadn't executed martial law, and therefore we had to sit on the ground.
Okay.
If they had executed martial law, we wouldn't have.
Okay.
I don't understand.
Amazing.
People just stood around talking or wrestling and not bullying, because hot take, bullying is not that common. They're better off giving that money to poor people instead of spending it on poorly made seminars meant to convince students that bullying is bad. We're made to watch every other week that don't work because the students don't trust teachers.
Fucking hell.
What the fuck is going on?
Is there any money put into holding seminars at school?
I don't know.
I assumed that was just like, the teachers that have a salary and then, they just put it together because they want to, right? Well, it's America, to be fair. There is microtransactions for everything, so...
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Well, I guess they do have to spend money, to get the resources and whatnot for the people that are... I don't know. I don't fucking know that. Don't make any sense, bro.
I don't think this even matters. Anyway, I looked around the gym and saw that kid, Liam Gilmore, had newly unknowingly accepted the position of that kid.
Wait, is this a dude's full name?
I don't know. Wait, let me Google it and just see if it's like a celebrity or whether Liam it's just Gilmore. Someone he knows.
Are you doxing your schoolmate?
He's a character in Hollyoaks, but I don't think that's who he's talking about.
Liam
I'm gonna pretend that it is, though. It's definitely Liam Gilmore from Hollyoaks.
I need to see this man's face. Oh, there he is.
I doubt Burt Korea's ever seen being American.
Yeah, it's a fucking English soap. It sucks. Oh, God.
Liam Gilmore had newly unknowingly accepted the position of that kid after he had broken the window in the science classroom, slapped a kid in the cafeteria, and said he was Catholic when he wasn't. To use that to try and claim minority status in the DC hotel room to get to sleep in one of the beds.
What the fuck is this? It's AI generated. What is this?
I feel like I'm in a dream.
You're saying things that don't make any sense. He broke a window in the science classroom, slapped a kid in the cafeteria, and then said he was Catholic when he wasn't, to use that to try and claim minority status in the DC hotel room to get to sleep in one of the beds. What is this?
Dude, have you ever seen those memes where people will like pretend to say things that are like, oh, this is how American people speak, and it's just a load of like
bollocks.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
That's what this feels like. I'm like, is this
What's
really
the
what
DC
America's
hotel
like?
room? The Detective Comics hotel room. It's a Batman themed hotel.
The DC hotel room.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ. This position was open because that kid who masturbated in social studies class to a fucking aeroplane simulator was expelled. Anyway, he had brought a side sword. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's what we were
bring
doing
your blade to bring your blade to school day. A side sword and buckler.
He had brought a side sword and buckler. And because he thinks he's the best at everything, he challenged me to a duel. And because I believe legally sanctioned dueling should exist,
this is just going crazy. What? You believe legally sanctioning sword fights? Well, you know what? Maybe you're onto something there.
Maybe.
Oh God.
Fucking Christ! I'm actually crying.
This is brilliant.
But yeah, because I think that legally sanctioned dueling should exist, I accepted. The swords were blunt, in brackets, just so we knew.
Okay.
I kicked his ass, and then one of the gym teachers called everyone to order from the front of the gym. Then a giant
you to
cardboard...
order? Is your school like a fucking boot camp? First you're talking about martial law, and now you're talking about being called to order. What is this? America sounds crazy.
Then a giant cardboard cutout of Steven.
Who the fuck is Steven?
He hasn't even given him a last
Oh, Stephen Fry? Is that Stephen Fry?
Why? Why would you think that?
Because he is like close, like if you misspelled Fry on like an autocorrect, I feel like it would go to his.
Oh, Stephen Fry. Stephen Fry's head lowered from the ceiling. Maybe. And let's just say it is. And the gym teacher went into a riveting speech about how Stephen Fry's YouTube videos.
Okay, wait. Who the fuck is Stephen He? I need to Google this as well. You're speaking things that I've never heard of before.
This is one of the best streams I've ever fucking heard.
Stephen He. Okay, Stephen He is a guy. Okay, it's not Stephen
Fry. And
Fry.
he is a It's even funnier if it's Stephen Fry. Oh, Jesus Christ. Stephen He O'Byrne, professionally known as Stephen He, is a Chinese-born Irish actor, comedian, and social media personality.
Okay. I see him.
Okay.
He's a cool guy. I love
Stephen He is a person. Okay, so Stephen He's YouTube videos help her through the year. I was about to shout out how you must respect the God Almighty Felix Schellberg, but the kid in front of me offered me a piece of chicken from a Chinese takeaway box. I accepted and was about to take a bite when he took another piece of chicken out and pulled it apart, revealing it to be completely raw. I didn't have the heart to shoot him, nor the tolerance for the fear of what he'll do to me. So I got up and walked out of the gym to a garbage can and threw it away. A different gym teacher opened the door, asking me why I threw it away. I said it was completely raw. He said, "So is your mum." I was about to retort, but the dream ended. I'm working on another dream I had in which James is the main character, coming in the distinct future as I'm playing The Witcher 3, and that's a better use of my time.
Please comment it. Please, I need it.
That's the best thing ever. It got 10 thumbs up.
What the fuck was that? I can see why. I just thumbed it up myself. I can see why it's got 10 thumbs up. That is just a load of fucking nonsense.
I genuinely have no fucking idea what that was.
Oh god!
Or what I was reading. It was not just a dream. It was written like with dream logic. That it just made no sense.
Liam Gilmore had newly unknowingly accepted the position of that kid after he had broken the window in the science classroom, slapped a kid in the cafeteria, and said he was Catholic when he wasn't, and used that to try to claim minority status in the DC hotel room to get to sleep in one of the beds. What the fuck does that mean? I'm still stuck on that sentence.
It's just like he's written it in such a way where this he's like, this makes sense to me. I don't know about you guys, but this all makes sense.
Fucking hell.
Oh,
Bring your blade to school incredible. Day.
That was so good.
That was brilliant. Berkery, I need you to comment on this.
Yeah,
I need you to comment the next one. If you still listen to the podcast, I mean, it's been 2 months since he left this one. I hope he still listens.
You could have moved on with your life, to be honest. But I really hope you come back and you give us another one, because I need that.
I need it. That was fucking brilliant.
Oh my god.
That is like a perfect example of the dream segment right there.
Yeah, that's
just
insane.
Fucking nonsense. That was amazing.
I love this segment. It's fantastic. Tyler's such a hater.
He is such a hater, honestly. We've got to get him on one day and force him to read that.
He'll leave. He will get up and he'll leave. Tyler's such a fucking little bitch.
He's got
no
imagination, no dreams.
Yeah. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. He just needs a simple knock-knock joke, like why the chicken crossed the road. That's Tyler's humour.
Oh, to get to the other side, mate. Ah, that's such a classic, man. Oh, come to the pub, man. Let's tell some jokes together down the pub.
Come to the pub. Let's tell some jokes.
Why are you saying that? Oh god, I miss him.
God.
I miss Tyler.
Fuck yeah, I miss him too after he was killed in that drunk driving accident.
What is that? He's been replaced by like one of those fucking things from Black Mirror that woman gets in that episode where her husband dies.
Oh yeah. Have you seen the new season of Black Mirror?
I've watched a couple episodes of it. I haven't watched the one with Aaron Paul in it yet.
That's the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I don't even remember what the first episode was. What was it again?
The one where her life is a Netflix show.
Oh yeah, it's alright. And Salma Hayek was in it.
That was genuinely shit.
Salma Hayek was funny.
So fucking shit.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. Like, it was pretty fun to watch, and then it, when it's done, you're like, oh, that was a really shit concept.
It made absolutely no sense.
Yeah, it was stupid, and they were like, at the end, they were like, we have fucking multiple matrices. That shit was mental.
It was so epic.
What was the second episode?
The like murder mystery type one,
where it turns out that it was the mum.
Yeah.
I quite liked that one.
Yeah, I thought that was a good episode too. I don't know why it was Black Mirror, but like,
yeah,
I thought it was good.
Where was the technology in that?
Yeah, I'm not sure as to like what that. Yeah, I mean, I guess it was closer to like a Shut Up and Dance type thing, where it's not like a dystopian future or anything. It's just like technology, and then you sort of question, and you're like, is this right or wrong?
Is what right or wrong? What, killing people and filming it? It's pretty wrong.
No, because
it's making the documentary about it wrong.
Yeah, but also like because he was making the documentary, and then like he didn't get to make the thing that he cared about, and like that, like then he like then you got like the interference from the executives, and that made like he's successful, but like
his girlfriend died in a really stupid way.
Yeah, like she was like, I'm just gonna go across. Like I've made it out of this situation, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go across this river in the dark and fall over and die.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thing is though, I didn't realize she had died there when it happened.
No, neither did I.
I got to the end of the episode and I was like, wait, that killed her?
Yeah, I was like, there's no way she died. What?
It's just
no
crazy.
sense.
Yeah. Well, I suppose what happened is she got knocked out and then drowned. I think that's what happened. It was a really depressing ending, to be fair. I like that episode. That was good. They should do more stories like that are just sort of enclosed, like normal people. No, not only this. Like the first episode was really bad.
It was
shite.
dreadful.
They could have gone down such an interesting route with AI technology being used in, film and stuff, but they just chose the shittest thing possible.
Yeah, it just feels very. I feel like Black Mirror used to have something to say, and now it feels a bit just like sort of non-committal. Like technology can be bad a bit sometimes.
It has the capacity to be bad.
Okay. Yeah,
it's like that fucking animation of it's like the old Disney animation, and it's like all the people on their phones, and it's like, oh my god, everyone on their phones all the time. Look how depressing the world is. Or like that anti-fucking phone dude who used to make his like anti-social media video, like rhymes, his spoken word videos.
Oh yeah, what the fuck? I remember that guy. Yeah, that's crazy. I forgot he existed. That's wild. Yeah,
crazy guy.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Black Mirror. I don't know why we talked about that. I don't even remember, but.
Well, yes. Okay, we've got finally the Patreon topics from last episode, which we didn't do, but we will now do. Which were interesting, I think. Okay, so we've got first up from Conocido Sam, who says, might fit into the wacky news segment, but I'd love to hear your fresh reaction to this article, so don't pre-read it. But have a read through the article on the pod, because you can't make this shit up. It's so funny. Have fun. Conocido
Down the
Sam
foxhole
out.
bonus.
Here we go.
Bonus.
There you go. The article is Supermarket
Meal Planner.
AI meal planner app suggests recipe that would create chlorine gas.
What? This is amazing.
Okay, you can read it.
Pack and Save's Savvy Meal Bot cheerfully created unappealing recipes when customers experimented with non-grocery household items. A New Zealand supermarket experimenting with using AI to generate meal plans has seen its app produce some unusual dishes, recommending customers recipes for deadly chlorine gas, poison bread sandwiches, and mosquito-repellent roast potatoes. The app, created by supermarket chain Pack and Save, was advertised as a way for customers to creatively use up leftovers during the cost of living crisis. It asks for users to enter in various ingredients in their homes and auto-generates a meal plan or recipe along with cheery commentary. It initially drew attention on social media for some unappealing recipes, including an Oreo vegetable stir-fry. When customers began experimenting with entering a wider range of household shopping list items into the app, however, it began to make even less appealing recommendations. One recipe it dubbed aromatic water mix would create chlorine gas. The bot recommends the recipe as the perfect non-alcoholic beverage to quench your thirst and refresh your senses. Oh god.
That's amazing.
Served chilled and enjoy the refreshing fragrance, it says. But does not note that inhaling chlorine gas can cause lung damage or death. That's amazing. New Zealand political commentator Liam Heher posted the recipe to Twitter, prompting other New Zealanders to experiment and share their results to social media. Recommendations included a bleach, fresh breath mocktail, ant poison and glue sandwiches, bleach-infused rice surprise, and methanol bliss. A kind of turpentine-flavoured French toast. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
A spokesperson for the supermarket said they were disappointed to see a small minority have tried to use the tool inappropriately and not for its intended purpose, or you could just, make it so people can't do that. In a statement, they said that the supermarket would keep fine-tuning our controls of the bot to ensure it was safe and useful, and noted that the bot has terms and conditions stating that users should be over 18. In a warning notice appended to the meal planner, it warns that the recipes are not reviewed by a human being, and that the company does not guarantee that any recipe will be a complete or balanced meal, or suitable for consumption. Amazing. AI is so great.
That's fucking fantastic.
You must use your own judgment before relying on or making any recipe produced by Savvy Mealbot, it said. That's fucking brilliant.
That's incredible. That is one of the best instances
That's
of AI.
a Black Mirror fucking episode where your fucking AI meal planner's making you chlorine gas for dinner and shit. That's amazing. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I fucking love that. That's really good. Oh, wow.
Oh, God, we do live in the future. That's fucking hilarious.
That is genuinely wild. Like, that actually is, like, if they did something similar to this on Black Mirror, like, 5-6 years ago.
That's what they would do.
That could be plausible.
Honestly.
That's something that's now
brilliant.
happened.
We have... What the hell? We have AI that is, like, making dangerous recipes for us. What is going on? The world is fucking mental, honestly. Oh, God.
Good God.
That was a good one. Thank you for that, Sam. I appreciate that.
That was great. That was very good. And then we've got one from the Ghost of Ben Higgins, which is an obvious joke that you won't get, where he asks if we've seen Better Call Saul.
No, I haven't.
And then
what's the joke? Wait, what's the joke?
The joke is that years ago on Clubhouse, whenever we used to put up a topics thread, we'd get at least one person asking us to watch Better Call Saul.
I see.
And then it became a running meme. No. Some point I will.
That first hand right there is James's reaction to getting any form of recommendation for media.
No, I'm not going to. And then James and also Will Jones said, Tyler, have you watched Daredevil?
Thanks. Tyler's here. He's sitting here in my room. Yeah, mate.
He's in the hole.
I love Daredevil, mate, and I also love Luke Cage too.
It's really interesting to see how Tyler's opinions have changed.
True, he's really mellowed in his old age.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, God, amazing.
Yeah, okay. Now we do have 2 actual topics. One of which is actually, I believe, it's a dream. So there's that. We've got so I think James and also Will Jones has given us just a normal topic.
Do you want to do that one first?
I think it's which I think is an update to his cuck story.
Maybe we should do the dream first then.
We've got his dream and then Epic Alaric's story about how he almost took Molly by accident, which we didn't do.
Amazing. Okay, so we should start.
All right, okay. Let's do the dream first.
Yeah, we'll do that.
And then I'll go back and I'll do his update. Okay.
Yeah.
So the dream it's a rather short dream, and I'd love to fluff it out, but I'm currently writing this at work. The dream starts and I'm driving. Now, for some reason, I just knew that I had been drunk driving, although I wasn't really drunk. It was some random context my brain had bestowed upon me, and I can't remember drinking in the dream at all. I'm heading home, although I'm going down some country lanes and I don't live in the countryside, so that made no sense. I'm then stopped by a samurai. but this samurai was some sort of police samurai. Well, at least he was wearing some sort of modern armor, which was very militaristic. As I'm sat in my car, drunkenly staring at this man, he starts to swing his sword around like he's Darth Maul or some shit.
God.
The sword was double-sided after all. After his little routine, he comes to my window and starts to ask me questions and demands that I do a breathalyzer. The samurai spoke sort of muffled Japanese voice, but it also sounded like Steven Gerrard, to be honest.
So, you want to do a fucking breathalyzer?
Muffled Japanese Steven Gerrard.
Oh God, what the fuck?
Anyway, I'm absolutely shitting myself that I'm about to be banned from driving for being caught drunk, but I somehow pass the breathalyzer, and the Japanese Steven Gerrard samurai lets me go. I then woke up needing to piss, so the dream was cut short. I don't have a clue if that was shit or not, but what can you do? You're some silly James Earl Jones.
I think the Steven Gerrard made it.
Yeah, that definitely made it.
Because I love bringing up Steven Gerrard in random context.
Fucking Steven Gerrard.
What a guy.
Jesus Christ.
I love that.
Alright, so here's his topic bit, where he says, "Gamers and also gamers, it is I, once again, back at it. I would like to expose the full cuck story with all of its details to you boys. I did attempt to do this, but my topic didn't work on the Clubhouse reunion, and I think it may be a bit too risque to talk about rim jobs and other dirty shit that James doesn't like on this here YouTube channel. So I'm here to drop a quick update on myself and then a dream, if that would be okay."
Yep.
We already did the dream.
Yes.
Update. I'm not too shabby, although I am still lacking friends and anyone to speak to outside the snap hose and any girl I have been seeing.
The snap hose. That's your issue. Stop. Don't call them snap hose.
Yeah, the snap hose.
Oh God.
It sounds like a cereal, to be honest.
Get your brand new nutritious snap hose.
Something that Baraki or whatever his name was would have put in his
Baraki. Is that Barack Obama? Is his original name?
What was the guy's name who left the dream?
Who did the Breakfast Olympics? Oh,
no,
you mean
no.
the fucking... Oh, yeah, but I forgot his fucking name. Burkery.
Burkery, yeah.
The snap hose.
That's what I meant, yeah. Which, to be fair, helps to get my mind off things. The last friend I was speaking to from that friendship
wasted it all on
group,
women
Joel,
and wine, eh?
I'd hardly call it wasted. Lend me some florins then, or have you done the same?
Amazing. Oh God.
Joel has now stopped speaking to me.
Yeah.
I tried to organise a meetup for some drinks for our A-level results night out and was blanked, and he hasn't spoken to me since, other than weirdly still sending me TikToks until I called him out for ghosting me. However, I'm on to greener pastures, as I'm sure I'll make new and better friends in uni.
Oh, for sure.
I've been still smashing the gym. A big bloke... I've still been smashing the gym, a big bloke in there actually had a chat with me the other day, which was alright. And made sure I was sound because he said I looked moody. In my spare time, I've just started the Ezio collection, my first time playing the game since I was about 10, and playing some Rainbow Six Siege with my brother, which may be a bit controversial around here, but he's helping.
Hey, look, that's how it is, buddy. You play whatever games
helping,
you like.
Not being sat at home lonely, to be honest. That's all, gamers. Now on to the dream, and we did that bit. So
what was that mention of rim jobs?
I don't know. He didn't. His topic didn't work for Clubhouse. It just wasn't there.
Well, what you should do
sometimes Patreon does that.
Definitely put it on the Patreon for Horsey and Fox.
Yeah, I guess so.
We don't make money
monetize
off
these
exactly.
anyway.
It
doesn't matter. You can put whatever you want at this point. Just do whatever you want.
Tell us about your rim jobs.
Jesus Christ.
Don't want to know.
Yeah, go for it next time, unless I forget to put the topics thread again, and then do it on the one after that.
Yes, please do it regardless.
But yeah, thanks for the update, James. Also,
yeah, thanks, man.
Keep on keeping on. Hopefully,
yeah, you'll make new friends in uni for sure. You'll forget about Joel, absolute bastard.
For sure.
Who ghosted you just because you get bitches? Like what?
Yeah. Ridiculous. Fuck Joel.
How about he gets some
Abby in the
pussy?
Part 2.
Fuck Joel. Stop talking to me. He's dead.
Fuck. Okay. Yes. Next final topic we've got here is from Epic Alaric, who said, I had a dream that I was going to share here, but something way more insane just happened, so I need to pause the Flapjack Falcon storyline right before the finale to tell the amazing story about how I nearly took Molly by accident and got searched by the police.
Ooh.
I find it really funny that he's still saying, like, oh, I had a dream, guys, but I'm not going to share it.
That's true. Because, dude, there's no way you're having a series of dreams about breakfast. But I will keep the facade up. I will keep it up. My belief is suspended.
Yeah, it's a dream.
My disbelief is suspended. I mean, it is a dream.
Right, so here's the story about how he almost took Molly by accident and got searched by the police. The story starts as I woke up at 1 p.m. I'd been out partying the night before. Needless to say, I was really hungover and felt really awful. I checked my friend's Snapchat stories and noticed that one of the dealers I know had a new item on his menu, just labelled as candy. I knew he sold Molly, but he'd always had it labelled as Molly on the menu. So I thought candy was edible, since weed and hash are the main things he sells.
Okay.
Finding edible gummies is really hard, and they cost so much where I live, I guess is what he's trying to say.
Well, you could use the dark web to get them.
I mean, this is weird though, because if he literally lists Molly as Molly on his thing, why would he be hiding this under candy? Why would he hide it at all?
Oh,
Wait,
no.
I'm confused.
I don't actually know why he would call it candy, unless like one of his mates was like said to him like, "Yo, you shouldn't list it as Molly in the text messages. You should like give it a name." Because some dealers are really fucking paranoid, like to ridiculous extents. So I could see that as some pointless thing that he'd do, thinking that that'll cover his bases if he gets caught. It's like, no, it's just candy, mate. It's just candy. Yeah. So fucking drugs.
When the undercover police officer comes up to him and says, "Can I have some candy?" and he gives him Molly, he could be like, "Oh, it was just candy, though."
It's just a skill.
Do you think it was?
Right?
I don't know why you started tripping.
Honestly,
it was literally a skill. It was an M&M.
I have no idea why he started having intense feelings of euphoria and saying that he loves everyone around him. I don't know why. He just has a sweet tooth.
The lab said it was Molly because it wasn't. It was just it was a fucking minstrel. So what are you talking about?
It was a revel from my bag of revels.
Fuck, where was I? Oh yeah, it was $20 for one piece, so I messaged him straight away to buy one. 45 minutes later, I was in town, handed him $20 and rreceived a little bag. Inside, I found a small red pill in the shape of a grenade.
Wait, so you didn't ask him? You didn't ask him what it was? You didn't go, "Oh mate, what does that candy mean? Is that edibles or what?" You didn't think
But if you were undercover and you were the police, if he would tell you, then it would be pointless even listing it as not the thing in the foot.
Well,
it doesn't even make sense. None of this makes any sense.
He's listing it as candy. That does not make any sense. I have never.
Does he list
seen
everything
that.
else as different things then? Like, what does he call everything else?
He calls weed flowers. You can get candy and flowers.
He's like the shop in Resident Evil 4. He just has like super random things.
What you buying? Oh, I love the merchant. What a good guy.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Shit, I've lost my place again. Oh yeah, found a small red pill in the shape of a grenade. I wasn't sure exactly what it was, since you wouldn't expect a pill to be shaped like a grenade. So my conclusion
it was a real grenade.
It was a real grenade. It was probably just a very small edible gummy. I put it in my pocket and went on with my day. A few hours later, I'm with some friends chilling in the park and smoking some delicious Mary Jane. I got bored and decided to eat the edible I had just bought. So I pull it out, and luckily my friend takes Molly regularly, so he recognised the pill as Molly the second I pulled it out of the bag. He asked what I was going to do with it, and I have to admit, I did consider taking it for a little bit, but he decided against it because I don't want to fuck up my life even more than it already is, and drugs would definitely not help. So I decided to give the pill to my friend, and I'm really glad that I did, because literally 30 seconds later, I look up from my phone and see 3 police officers on bikes right in front of me. They asked for the joint we're smoking, and then for the hash we used to roll it. It's illegal
they're
in
motherfuckers.
Switzerland. Yeah, well, they're the police, so that tracks.
Yeah, but I mean, I've been smoking, and there's been a police officer, and they just go, "Oh, move on, lads, move on." They don't even care that much, really.
True.
That's fucking
true.
Swiss fucking police. Motherfuckers. A cab.
God damn it. Fuck them. Since the hash is mine, I hand it over. They ask for everyone's ID, and then they search me. I look over at my friend, and I can see they're stressing out. If I hadn't given my friend the pill 30 seconds before, they would have found it on me. And if we weren't rolling with my weed, they would have had to search him instead. This whole thing could have ended up very differently for me if I decided to keep the molly instead of giving it away.
That is
They called my dad, and they might give me a fine because it's the 3rd time I've been caught, but that's nothing compared to what they would have done if they found the molly. That's crazy.
How are you getting caught? They must be on it. They must be on it.
Really... Yeah, they're, you know, there's a burglary down the street and also a murder, but they don't care about that because Epic Gallery has some weed.
They're like, for fuck's
sake, really important.
That's the easier job, to be fair. They'll go for that one.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to deal with an icky murder. Ew.
No, yeah, exactly.
Dead
like,
body.
What if you catch the guy that did it? Then he might kill you too.
Exactly. What the fuck? No one wants to risk that.
Yeah, you don't want to die. Fuck. The moral of the story is don't do drugs, go to school, and avoid getting into trouble with the police. Also, don't forget to tune into the next one of these very public episodes so I can either tell totally real dream stories or incriminate myself even more than I have already done today. Cheers, gamers, and have a good Molly trip. Thanks, man.
Thanks for the content. I'm imagining the grenade shaped like that Green Day album art. The American Idiot album art.
That's what I imagine too.
He had the American Idiot album art in a little Ziploc bag, and the police were like, "All right, give it up. I know you like that album, but it's illegal over here in Switzerland."
Green Day's illegal in Switzerland.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that. Those are some good topics. Is that all of them?
That was all of them. Yeah.
There we go. Damn. I'm fucking done early today.
That's everything. Yeah, we didn't go for over 2 hours this time, which is nice.
It's always nice, yeah. Especially because it's we're recording on like a Wednesday, so it's like I get like a decent few hours of my evening to contemplate reality.
Yeah. That's good. But yeah, that's it for episode 14. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time for episode 15. Number 15. Was a
number 15.
Yeah.
Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you want on your Burger King burger is someone else's foot fungus, but sometimes that's what you get.
Fuck's sake. I've never seen that whole video.
No, neither
I've only seen that meme. Maybe we should watch it on next episode.
Yeah,
episode
number 15.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. Yeah, okay, let's do that. That's on the agenda for next episode.
Oh god, amazing.
That'll be fun.
Yes, we'll do that.
But that's it. That's it for this episode. We'll see you next time. Where we'll have some more bits and bobs. Don't forget to leave your dreams. Especially Albin. No, not Albin. The other one. Albin, you can if you want, but there you go.
Fucking Christ, yeah, Berkery.
Right.
I need you to give us your James dream where he's the main character.
Yes, I need that, please. That would be really great. Especially if it's typed out the same way. Don't try any harder.
Yeah, please don't. Just let your brain type things. Alright.
Just do what feels right. Do what feels natural. That'd be great.
Yeah. And also, if you want to send in any weird articles, like that AI one, that was hilarious. Like, I'll happily read sent in articles as well as ones that I've found as well. And if we're lucky, next week we'll have dreams. We'll have news stories, and we'll have recommended. It'll be like 3 great segments. We're really building these segments up. I think they're great.
Yeah, look at us go. We're doing a good job. This is fantastic.
It's amazing.
But yeah, that's it. Thank you everybody so much. We'll see you soon. I'm not going to say the exact same thing I just said again. I'm just going to end the podcast.
See you later, guys.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
See you soon. Take care.
Bye-bye.